Today class, we will now be discussing about your enzymes. So, this will be tackling your nomenclature and classification of your enzymes. So, our objective for this lecture is to define and know the importance of your enzymes in your body, define the nature of your enzymes, name and the different structures of your enzymes, also identify the salient feature of your coenzymes. We also need to enumerate enzymes containing metals and explain how your enzymes are named, and also identify the different classification of your enzymes. So, what are your enzymes? So, your enzymes are biological catalysts, meaning they improve or hasten any activities inside your body. So, pinapabilis nila yung mga function sa katawan natin. They increase the rate of chemical reaction taking place within a living cell without themselves suffering any overall changes. So your enzymes cannot be consumed. Okay, again, they cannot be destroyed. So kung if ever na naglagay ka ng enzyme dyan sa isang chemical reaction, after the chemical reaction, buo pa rin yung enzyme mo or the same concentration pa rin siya. Each enzyme is quite specific in character, acting in particular substrate or substrates to produce a particular product or product. So, specific ang ating enzyme sa katawan. So, for transfer lang siya, for transfer lang siya. For removal of water lang siya, for removal of water lang siya. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-cross. Okay? The study of enzyme is also known as your enzymology. So, coming from the word enzyme and ology meaning study. Function is be biological catalyst. Okay, catalyzes only reaction in your living system. That's why known as biological catalyst because we have your chemical catalyst outside your body. Then, there are also 1,000 enzyme per cell. Each enzyme has its own specific reaction and function. So later on, as we discuss the different types of your enzyme, you will know what are their functions. So, physiochemical nature of your enzyme. All enzymes are protein in nature. So, kaya naunang i-discuss natin yung protein before this enzyme. And enzyme follow a physical and chemical nature of your protein. So, it could be in a simple form or a conjugated protein wherein a prosthetic group is attached to it. So, if ever, no, yung sa amino acids natin, pwedeng pure protein lang or meron siyang attached. For example, your phosphoprotein, your lipoprotein. Okay? So, may mga attached sila. So, si lipoprotein may attached na lipid on the protein group. Si phosphoprotein may attached na phosphorus in the protein. Okay? They are sensitive to any or all of the denaturing agent, changes on the pH and the medium. For example, okay, your enzymes are protein. That's why they can be denatured or pwede silang ma-destroy using, okay, pH of the medium. Too alkali or too acidic could destroy them. The heat or increase in temperature could destroy them. They could coagulate during increased temperature or decreased temperature. Also, their water solubility, no, makaka-affect yung increased content of water in their concentration and their structure. Colloids that are soluble in water and they work best at temperature between 35 to 40 degrees Celsius because this is the body temperature. Higher than that, they could coagulate. And that's why, no, in those patients that suffering from fever, no, kaya delikado sometimes yung very high fever kasi nga it could cause coagulation of your protein. It could lead to death. Okay. Activity is dependent on the pH of the medium. That's why yung pH na usual na ginagamit natin dito, usually near the neutral pH, near 7 because nga it high alkalinity and high acidity could affect your enzymes. Then, highly selective, so it follows the principle of lock-in-key theory. So later on, we will discuss that lock-in-key theory, meaning kung hindi siya yung reactor or hindi siya yung specific for that, it will not give an effect to that. They contain 16% weight as nitrogen. Kaya, ang composition again ng enzyme natin is CHON. Okay? Still protein. They have unique characteristics such as a shape, specificity, and function. So later on, discuss natin yan. And the reactants of enzyme catalyzed reaction are termed as substrate. So, substrate, yung mga kailangan na gawa ng product. So, for example, okay, si sodium. Si sodium ay kailangan lumabas ng cell. So, kailangan niya ng transfer enzyme. So, si sodium will act as a substrate from that. Okay? They are much larger in size than their substrate. So, mas malaki ang protein kaysa sa substrate kasi parang kinikerry lang nila or ginagawan lang nila ng effect yung substrate to induce their chemical reaction. Okay? Can be recycled, thus function in extremely low concentration. Kaya, no, na sinabi natin kanina, no, na hindi siya nasisira kasi nga nare-recycle lang siya and pwede ulit siyang gamitin with that chemical reaction. So for example, kailangan mo lang ng dalawang enzyme to convert 10 nung sodium outside the cell. So for example, kasi pwedeng bumalik-balik yung enzyme dun sa 10 na yon. Okay? Can be regulated by feedback and genetic mechanism. Meaning, feedback mechanism, this is the positive and negative feedback. Pag kulang na sa katawan, you would induce positive feedback. Pagka sobra na, they would induce negative feedback mechanism. Okay? And also the genetic mechanism. That's why some individuals lack enzymes because of their genetic composition or their genetic makeup. Cofactors. Okay, non-protein group of an enzyme, meaning they have prosthetic group, where a cofactor enzyme lacks catalytic activity, meaning hindi siya nagkakaroon ng hasting effect or fastening effect. Anong ginagawa ni coenzyme? Kasama lang siya. Kaya nga siya co. Okay, kasama siya or kailangan siya ni enzyme in order to induce its activity. When this in this case, no, the inactive protein component of an enzyme is termed an apoenzyme and it is also a heat labile. Okay? Heat labile. So, it's medyo sensitive siya sa heat. And the activity or the active enzyme including cofactor is termed your holoenzyme. Holoenzyme. So, pagka nagdikit na yung coenzyme at yung enzyme natin to induce chemical reaction, they are now called your holoenzyme. So, what are the types of your cofactors? You have metallic ions and your coenzyme. So, for coenzyme factors, you have your co-substrate and your prosthetic group. Pag sinabi natin co-substrate, they are transiently associated with your substrate. So, parang kailangan siya, okay? Kamukha siya halos nung substrate. While your prosthetic group, these are permanently associated. Okay, kasama talaga siya nung substrate. So, some factors or cofactors are only transient associated with a given enzyme molecule. So, they function as your co-substrate. While your metallic ions as cofactor, for example, kailangan lang din sila in order to induce your chemical reaction. So, two cofactors. So, coenzymes, non-protein organic compound, and many coenzymes are derived from vitamin precursor, which are often essential components of your organism's diet, thus giving a rise to deficiency disease when inadequate supply. So, your coenzymes, sometimes are from your vitamins. So, complex siya with your protein, meaning cofactor or coenzyme, kadikit nung enzyme. Kaya, they are usually in the form of your micronutrients. Okay, enzyme plus other substrates such as vitamin and organic substance. Okay, non-enzyme part of your coenzyme is termed as your cofactor. Enzymogen or proenzymes are inactive form of your enzymes. Okay, so meaning hindi pa sila naka-attach or hindi pa sila nagagamit. Then, Anong example ng zymogen? Your pepsin. So, unless ma-activate siya ng acid sa gastric fluid, hindi siya magkakaroon ng effect. Also, another example, you have your FAD or your flavin adenine dinucleotide and your NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, commonly found in your vitamins. You also have your flavin mononucleotide. So, ito mga to, okay, your FAD, NAD, yung FNN, kailangan sila to produce energy and to produce end product coming from your respiration of your cell. So, we have also here your some coenzyme, their vitamin precursor, and their deficiency in the diseases. So, for example, your coenzyme A coming from your pantothenic acid. This is vitamin B7. Okay? And anong deficiency niya? Dermatitis. Okay? Dermatitis. So, magkakaroon ka ng problem with your skin. Yung FAD at FMN, they are precursor coming from your riboflavin, your vitamin B2. Growth retardation, they are need for your growth. Then for NAD, your niacin, of course. Deficiency is your pellagra. This is vitamin B3. So ito vitamin B7, vitamin B3. Your thiamine is your vitamin B1. Okay, beriberi. Beriberi. Tetrahydrofolate or your folic acid or your folate. It can cause megaloblastic anemia or anemia. Megaloblastic. Plastic. Okay. Then deoxyadenosylcobalamin. That's your vitamin B12 or your cobalamin. Pernicious anemia and also related to your megaloblastic anemia. Okay. Co-substrate in the hydroxylation of your proline in collagen is your vitamin C, which causes again scurvy or bleeding disorders. Okay. Pyridoxal phosphate, your pyridoxine or your vitamin B6. Okay. Dermatitis also. And also, your vitamin B6 is essential in your neurological transmission. Okay. Neurological functions. Selected vitamins and their coenzyme function. So your biotin involves in the carbon dioxide fixation reaction in the fatty acid synthesis. So biotin is your also known as your vitamin B7. So this pantothenic acid, this is vitamin B5. Okay, nakabaliktad lang ako B5. Okay? So biotin is vitamin B7. Vitamin 12 or your cyanocobalamin or cobalamin per se. Coenzyme involved in the transfer of your methyl group, active in the amino acid metabolism wherein they function in your red blood cell production. Okay? Converting your homocysteine to methionine. Okay, which is essential in your RBC production. Your DNA per se, the DNA production in your RBC. Vitamin E, needed for cellular and macrocellular synthesis. And your vitamin K coenzyme used in electron transport of your naphthalenones and kinones. This is also essential in your coagulation that could lead in your coagulopathy or bleeding disorder. Okay. Salient features of your coenzyme. The protein part of your enzyme gives the necessary three-dimensional infrastructure for chemical reaction, but the group is transferred from or accepted by the coenzyme. So again, anong usual structure na ng enzyme? This is a tertiary structure of your protein. And coenzyme is essential for biological activity of your enzyme. So again, meron mga enzyme na kailangan ng coenzyme in order for them to be activated or to function well. The coenzyme is low molecular weight organic substance and they are heat stable. Okay, kaya that's why hindi sila basta-basta nasisira unlike your enzyme. Generally, the coenzyme combine loosely with the enzyme molecule. The enzyme and coenzyme can be separated easily by your dialysis, and this has already been discussed to you. Inside the body, when the reaction is completed, the coenzyme is released from the apoenzyme and can bind to another enzyme molecule. And one molecule of your coenzyme is able to convert large number of substrate molecule with the help of your enzyme. And most of the coenzymes are derived from your vitamin B complex substances such as your vitamin B1 to vitamin B12. Okay, again, vitamin B1, 3, 5, 7, 6, and 12. Metal ion activators. So, punta naman tayo sa metal ion. These are organic ions, inorganic ions. Example are your fluorine, okay, chromium, manganese, okay, iron, okay, your copper, yung cobalt, and your iodine. So, metalloenzyme containing an apoenzyme and your metal ion cofactor. So, anong reaction nito? Coenzyme plus apoenzyme will lead you to holoenzyme, and your methyl ion activator plus apoenzyme will again lead you to holoenzyme, your combined form of your enzyme. So with these are example of your metalloenzyme for your zinc, magnesium, okay, manganese, copper, iron, calcium, and your molybdenum. Wherein on the other side, ito yung mga important function order enzymes that induces. Okay? So, ang usual common dyan is your hexokinase, your glucose 6-phosphate, deficient in your G6PD, okay, tyrosinase, okay, yung mga yan. So, active site, this is a region wherein your enzyme binds to the substrates and the enzyme substrate complex and forms into product. So, active site in the three-dimensional entity often cleft or crevice on the surface of the protein and which the substrate is bound to the multiple weak interaction. For example, this is your enzyme. This is your substrate. This is your enzyme. So, dito we'll have an active site wherein dito lang didikit yung enzyme na yan. So, that's the active site. So, doon lang siya pwedeng dumikit. Okay, the coenzyme must be regenerated. So, again, hindi nasisira ang coenzyme at the enzyme. And the coenzyme are chemically changed by the enzymatic reaction wherein they participate in order to complete the catalytic cycle. And the coenzyme must return into its original state. So, for example, si coenzyme, ito, dumikit siya kay enzyme to be activated to attach in the substrate. Ano mangyayari? Si coenzyme will change its form. For example, bilog siya. Okay? It will form star para makipag-form ng bond doon sa enzyme wherein yung enzyme na yun will be activated, okay, forming, okay, the attachment to its substrate or the activation of your substrate. The transient bound coenzyme or co-substrate, the regeneration reaction may be catalyzed by a different enzyme as we've been seen in the cases of your NAD. However, the prosthetic group regeneration occurs as part of your enzyme reaction sequence. So, yeah. So, usually, mahina lang yung attachment ng co-substrate with your substrate. Coenzyme to your substrate. Kaya, usually, pagka natanggal sila, meron pa rin silang ibang na-form during this reaction. Okay. So, for the nomenclature of your enzymes, we just add ACE or ASE to the substrate. For example, you have carbohydrates. In order for it to have an enzyme, you have to add your ACE. So, carbohydrates. For lipase naman, for lipids, you just add ACE. So, lipase. For protein, protease. Okay? Then, add ACE to the reaction catalyst. For example, oxidation ang nangyari. If ever na oxidation using your enzyme, oxidase. Pag reduction using your enzyme, reductase. Pag hydration or hydration using your enzyme, hydrolase. Okay, for example, your lactase, the substrate catalyzed is your lactose, so lactase. Okay, for maltase naman, maltose. So, yun lang. Then, for the other nomenclature, International Union of your Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, or your IUBMB, in 1964, modified in 1972 and 1978, suggests that the system of nomenclature of enzymes. So, as for the system, the name starts with EC, enzyme class, following by 4 digits. So, ano yung 4 digits na yun? So, the first digit represents the class of your enzyme. The second digit stands for its subclass. The third digit is sub-subclass or subgroup. And the fourth digit gives the number of the particular enzyme on the list. So, ano yung examples natin for this? So, let's go to its the classes. So, for the 6 major classification of your enzymes, you have your oxidoreductase, your transferases, hydrolases, lyase, isomerase, and your ligase. So, we have a mnemonics for this as your OATHLIL. OATHLIL, para madali nyo tandaan. Oxidoreductase, transferase, hydrolase, lyase, mauna yung ly, bago ang liga. So, mas maikli yung lyase kaysa sa ligase. So, yan. So, for oxidoreductase, this is a type of reaction catalyzed. The enzyme catalyzes the transfer of your hydrogen ion and your oxygen ion. So, your hydrogen atom and your oxygen atom on electrons from one substrate to another. So, for example of this is your dehydrogenase, your oxidase, lactate dehydrogenase or your NAD, your glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase, your G6PD. So, this is G6PD, sorry. G6PD, your succinyl dehydrogenase, and your deoxydehydrogenase. Okay, so yun yung example. For transferases naman, type of reaction catalyzed is catalyzing the transfer group. So transfer, meaning transfer of other than hydrogen between your pair substrates. So other than hydrogen, kasi pag hydrogen yan, that's your hydrolases. Okay, sorry, oxidoreductase kasi oxygen and hydrogen yung molecule. Pero pagka others, you will name them as transferase. For example, reaction type is AX plus B will lead you to BX plus A. For example, this is sodium potassium. Okay, sodium potassium. Then you have water, H2O. So, mangyayari, sodium hydroxide plus your potassium hydride. Okay? So, yan. So, nag-transfer ka lang ng ions. So, that is transferase. Okay? But specifically includes oxidoreductase and hydrolases. Exclude your hydrolases and your oxidoreductase. So, example is aminotransferase and your hexokinase. So, mali pala yung example ko kasi hydroxide tsaka hydrogen ion. So, for example, aminotransferase, your protein, okay, transferring your iron. So, mga ganon. Hydrolases, types of reaction catalyzed. Enzyme catalyzes hydrolytic reaction. So, anong meron involved dito? Involved ang water and hydroxide. Okay? And they are classified according to the type of the bond they hydrolyze. For example, you have your acetylcholinesterase and your digestive enzymes such as your trypsin. For lyase, type of reaction catalyzed, okay, non-hydrolytic removal of your groups from your substrate and often leaving double bond. So, cleave without adding water. This is cleaving without adding water. You have your decarboxylase and your aldolases. For your isomerase, okay, type of reaction catalyzed, interconversion of your optic geometric positional isomer, meaning inaayos lang yung arrangement. Intermolecular transfer within the molecule and transfer of groups within the molecule. Okay, example, phosphohexoisomerase, fumarase, and triose phosphate isomerase. So, usually, itong, laging may isomerase sa dulo. Okay? Ligases. Okay? Type of reaction catalyzed. Linkage of two compound coupled with breaking the pyrophosphate bond in ATP or similar compound. This is an ATP dependent, so meaning energy dependent condensation of two molecules. Joining of your two molecules. So, usually, ano meron dyan? Synthase na word. So, citric acid synthase, acetyl-CoA carboxylase, glutamic synthase, and your PRPP synthase. So, ligase is also known as your synthase. So, what is the difference between your synthetase and your synthase? So, the synthetase are ATP-dependent enzyme catalyzing bioorganic reactions. They belong to your ligase class. Example are carbamoyl phosphate synthetase, arginosuccinate synthetase, and your PPR synthetase, and your glutamine synthetase. What about your synthase? They're enzyme catalyzing biosynthetic reaction. So, biosynthetic reaction, but they do not require ATP, and directly they belong to the classes other than your ligase, such as your glycogen synthase and your ALA synthase. So, classification of enzyme according to chemical reaction catalyzed. So, addition of water molecule, usually this is hydrolase. Again, manipulation of your water molecule. So, hydrolase aid in the hydrolysis of your carbohydrates. Okay, so alpha amylase, which are responsible for your starch glycogen to dextrine conversion of that. Then you have beta amylase, your starch glycogen to dextrine, and your maltose. Pag lactase naman, lactose to glucose and galactose. So, kinakat down niya yung compound. Maltase, maltose to glucose. And your sucrose to glucose and fructose. So, when we go to your carbohydrates, you will know that these are your two molecule component of your sugar, and this is a simpler sugar, your glucose and fructose. Then esterases aid in the hydrolysis of your ester. Okay, so lipases, so glycerides to fatty acids and your glycerol. Phosphatase, organic phosphate to phosphoric acid. Cholinesterase to cholinesterase to acetylcholine and acetic acid and choline. So, ito yung mga components nila when they are degraded. Nucleases aid in the hydrolysis of your nucleic acid, such as your polynucleotidases, nucleic acid in the nucleotides, okay? Nucleotidases, nucleotides to nucleoside and phosphoric acid. So again, it is just cutting down your molecule, such as also your amidase, hydrolysis of your amides. So urease, urea to ammonia and carbon dioxide, arginase to arginine to ornithine and your urea. And so on and so forth. So, I will leave you to read on this. So, since wala naman masyado ng i-explain chat. So, transfer of electrodes naman, we have your oxidases, which you remove of your hydrogen from a substrate to pass it directly to oxygen, kaya oxidase. Okay? The hydrogenases activate your hydrogen atom of organic compound. Pag catalyst naman, acts on a hydrogen peroxide group to give water and oxygen. Kasi yung peroxide is H2O2. Okay? So, peroxidases acts on organic peroxides, giving nascent oxygen, and your tyrosinase acts on the tyrosine, releasing also your oxygen and your hydroxide. Ascorbic acid oxidase acts on your ascorbic acid in relation to the cleaving of your oxygen and water. splitting or forming your carbon-to-carbon bond. Okay, desmolases, okay, catalyzes the linkage not broken by water by splitting or forming the carbon-to-carbon bond or single bond. So we have your decarboxylases. So carboxylase, alpha keto acids to your carbon dioxides and aldehyde. Carbonic acid and anhydrase from your carbonic acid to water and carbon dioxide. So again, no, tinatanggal lang nila yung single bond. Pag transfer or radical, you have your transaminases. So catalyzes the transfer of your amino group from your amino acid to keto acids and thus promotes the formation of new amino acids. So meaning tina-transfer lang nila yung grouping from one end to another. So we have alanine transaminases. So ano meron dyan? Catalyzes the transfer of your alpha amino group from an amino to pyruvic acid to produce alpha keto acid and alanine. Then for your glutamate naman, anong nililipat nila from your alpha amino group to your keto-glutaric acid to produce alpha keto and your glutamic acid. So that's all for your enzymes.